trade another day. Let 'em make another play. You win some, you lose some. But you let 'em trade another day. Let 'em make another play. Let 'em trade another day. Let 'em trade another day. Let 'em make another play. Win some, you lose some. But you let 'em trade another day. Let 'em make another play. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some. But you let 'em trade another day. Let 'em make another play. Is it the bottom yet? I'm trying to buy up everything. Not gonna get upset. Just pull the trigger, let it bang. When I see a trade, I'm hopping in like a Uber to secure my future. Up early just like a rooster. Eyes glued to the computer, looking for a bag or two. Market cipher on the screen, compliments of trading view. Now I know what I'ma do. Buy low and sell high. Even if you try and fail, at least you didn't fail to try. I don't wanna be the type of guy that let fear win. I'm the one that dive in head first and bust my chin. I know FOMO is a no-no, but I still get it in. Now I can't predict the future, but I know I'm bound to win. Later or sooner, I'll be the
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Shout out to Crown Shocker for that amazing track. We love that track. Scared Money 2. That's Scared Money 2. There is a Scared Money 1. So there is a PlayStation 1 version of Scared Money, but this one is the second version. I think the second version is definitely better than the first. It's like the PlayStation 2, you know. But welcome, guys. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I laugh, I smile whenever I look into the charts when we get this type of volatility, when we get the quote crashes, the pullbacks, and I just have to constantly remind myself of where we have come from, where we're going, and where we're at right now. And so where we're at right now is usually the time where everyone thinks they know where the top is or the bottom or whatever it is. But ultimately, you just need to be investing in general. So it's not about being out of the market, in the market, whatever. It's just, you just need to have an investment plan in general and figure out a way that you can preserve your wealth. And so there's a few things that we can go into that can help do that. And over the past 13 years, it's kind of been historically that Bitcoin has had the best preservation of wealth to battle debasement of the fiat currencies, whether it be, you know, the US dollar, whatever it is, and also inflation. So let's talk about that today. And let's get macro. Let's look at these altcoins on the weekly. Let's actually get into another big topic of discussion is Solana. I had to change the title of this live stream because I started looking at the Sol BTC ratio chart and I said, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, hold the phone. I don't even want to, I was going to talk about Bitcoin and when's Bitcoin going to hit its all-time high again, blah, blah, blah. And then I went to the Sol BTC ratio chart and I was like, oh, what? I was just talking about this. I was just talking about how we have a double bottom that is forming on the Sol BTC ratio chart and that it's pumping to the upside. And lo and behold, while everything in the market is taking a little cool off, we are getting a 1.3% pump on the Sol BTC ratio chart. So something is happening with Solana. Also, I want to point something out that Solana is now has surpassed everyone in terms of all chains in the 24-hour DEX volume. That, my friends, is also something that is happening with Solana right now. Hopefully, I think this is the rotation. I think this might be the rotation, my friends. We saw that Bitcoin rotated into ETH. We saw it through the nature of the ETFs. We saw that, Bitcoin's actually kind of slowed down a little bit, and we started to see Ethereum start pumping on the ETFs. And then, interesting enough, we're actually starting to see, oh, look at that, starting to get, okay, so we're starting to get 11 million. Look, Solana on the ETF flow, it's just rotating right now. It's rotating really hard. So I think this is, if you're wondering, you're like, what's going on here? Is this going to equate to the price for Sol USD, like the Sol to USDT pair? I think so. I think that basically we are trading in a channel. We got a channel happening here. But this looks like an ascending wedge. Basically an ascending wedge here. Ascending wedge pattern, and could break to about 387. That's kind of my short-term price prediction for Sol on the weekly, because if you look, we got a nice bullish cross here on the MACD. We're looking good on the RSI. We could still, we have look at these peaks where we hit right here. You can see where we sold off, we were a little overbought. You can see it happen right here, but really strong here. And then another little test up right there. But you can see the fact that we're up here in these price areas, but the RSI is down here. That means we got a lot of room to grow. So I'm bullish ETH and I'm bullish Solana. I'm bullish both. So because there's something happening here. And we're seeing the rotation, and it just means that you don't want to be, for me, it's like, I don't want to be like all in on Solana or all in on Ethereum. I think it would just be cool to have, exposure into both ecosystems, because I think they're both going to do well. And something that recently, I think one of the ecosystems we mentioned that could get some traction is also TON. So if you remember, guys, like the rotation was Sol, and then it went into Tron, and then we had TON season, and then going out of TON season, we went into then there was like XRP. So we kind of went from chain to chain and doing each different seasons on each different chain, and then we went, and then it was Binance with the launch pad, and then we had like Captain BNB and CZ's dog and stuff like that. But I think TON, now that it got listed on Robinhood recently, and a lot of the TON people are still parked pretty strong on the TON blockchain. You got Resistance Dog, you have Notcoin. Those are the two top coins on TON right now. And then just TON itself, in terms of an ecosystem, millions of users use Telegram, and there's a wallet native inside the Telegram app. So that's huge. So you have to start thinking about how that rotation is going to play out, and which blockchains are actually going to really get massive use case from retail over the next couple of years, because retail is coming back. But of course, right now no one cares. They don't really understand what's happening or what's going on right now. But some people might be getting the hint that they need to start paying attention, and they need to start, gaining digital assets. It's like, if they're watching the news and watching financial news at all, they should be wondering why all these finance bros and TradFi guys are loading up on crypto right now, and specifically Ethereum. Ethereum is getting massive whales buying up. Even at these prices, I think it's still a great buy. But and this is also pulling sentiment into the rest of the altcoins. But then specifically the meme coins, I think, have a really good chance to do some numbers. And if we just went into oh, that's interesting. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome, man. You hit the like button. You guys are hitting the like button today. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Okay, so now that we got everyone in here, We got most people in here. Let's say good morning. Let's give a shout out to everyone. Welcome. Ranchin is the winner. Just reminded me, seeing your name in here, that you are the winner of the contest because you were the only one who signed up for it, who participated in the contest. So you are the winner, my friend. So the contest was, you just had to sign up for OURBIT and just put your user ID in the comment section, and we were just going to run it through a random generator pick. And well, that one was real easy because there was just one. So shout out to Ranchin. He is gonna win because he was the only one who signed up to do it and participated. He's getting both bags of Beancoin coffee. He's gonna get 2 Beancoin ticker Beancoin stickers, and a Gohan, and a Vegeta. and also, you will receive $10 worth of ticker Bitcoin. So it's getting a nice little care package there. It's gonna be fun. But yeah. So congratulations. Thank you for playing along. You sipping on some Beancoin. Yeah, let me know what you think. It's an experimental batch, so I can't promise you anything. Word on the street was it was a little citrusy, a little too bitter. But in an espresso, if you can dial it in nice in an espresso, good flavor notes. But this was my experimental first batch. But the next batch is going to be like, because I know what kind of beans I want to use. I know what kind of roast I want to do. Nice, like medium roast, possibly maybe like a Colombian or a Guatemalan or something. Just something nice that you can just put in a drip cup. Nice pot of coffee. But if you want to do some other stuff with it, you can. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and it'll be I'll be sending that out to you today. So. And we'll be doing more of these giveaways too, because we enjoy them. We enjoy doing it. Okay, so yeah, so Solana, I think is in the rotation. It's like the Sol BTC chart is kind of showing us this, that the rotation is in play right now. So we showed you yesterday that, and let me know, guys. Let me know if my mic isn't like too loud or if it's like just right. Because I've been trying to get it. I've been trying to get this microphone adjusted. So let me know if it's good. So the last time that we did this double bottom pattern, kind of more extended in the week during 2022 and 2023, basically kind of the bear market, when we went through that long bear market going down, just we went up 436% in the ratio. And so from this double bottom, I'm just kind of doing kind of some pattern recognition. I'm like, okay, so it did a similar pattern. It bottomed out here. Instead of it showing a downtrend, like instead of it doing this, like going like to continue to go down and maybe put in a lower low or something like that, it bounced. So could we hypothetically go up 400%, 430% from here? And what's great is that if we did do something like this, it would line up right with the Fibonacci extension of the first 1618. We'd obviously be battling some resistance up here, but even just testing up here, and if you even look, and also what's funny too, I want to point out the Wyckoff pattern that plays out, which usually it comes up, it tests the through line of support and resistance. It gets rejected, and then it bounces to the upside. So we're going to test that first 618, and we're going to see how we do with that, and then the next targets are going to be up here. That's at least my prediction for the Sol BTC ratio, because it's doing similar stuff over here with ETH. But this one's been breaking out like crazy. So this one is getting very close, and you can see this one got rejected at the 618. So this is what's going to happen here probably. I'm just guessing. You know, I don't know. I don't know that this is going to happen. It's just my guess that this will pump to the 618 just like this chart did, and we will get a rejection off the 618. But at the same time, with the sold chart, we will be trading up the ascending channel or ascending wedge. Because we bounced off the trend line, the lows of the trend here on the bottom. We're gonna test these highs. I think testing up the high would be testing up to like 380. So it was a quick ETH season. I think we're still in it though. I think we're still in it. I think we still have a chance. You know, technically. We are going into altcoin season. According to this index, we are 61. And so why is it saying that? Well, I mean, it's because Bitcoin dominance is down. Bitcoin dominance. And I know this is a lot of technical analysis and whatever, charting and stuff like that. But I really do want to point out that like dominance went to the exact area that we were predicting it was going to go to over the next couple months and weeks. On the live stream, we're saying, look, dominance looks like, even though we could be breaking all-time highs, it's less likely that we go to 70 and more likely we go back down here to give ETH a chance. And so we did. We gave ETH a chance. ETH technically, whatever Benjamin Cohen says, went home. It went to the bottom, which he's indicating the bottom of, you know, the bottom of the range, which is right here, 1400, signified as like close to like where we were testing lows in the bear market. And so it just got a chance to test that. And now I think if we've done our moon boy measurements. We've talked about the moon boy measurement where you just take it from the high of a previous bull market to the high of the other bull market and just see where, if you bring it over here and bring it from the end point to the first point of the last bull market, and where could we speculate dubious, crazy speculation, you know, that this is how we can get to a $16,000 Ethereum, but it's not going to be a God candle going to the upside. Because you can see if we were going to like mimic, you know, a pattern here, let's see, where is it? If we did a similar move like this and we just put it right here, we just did something like that, then that would bring us it at the I mean, that would be crazy. That would be crazy to be like pushing something like this towards the end of the year. But yeah, that would that would look sweet. I'll take it. And then we crash back down to 7K. And then we just go back down to a 7K Ethereum. You know, imagine being at 7K Ethereum right now. So that would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? You think that's possible? Is it possible? Anything is possible in crypto, especially when we have big money institutions coming in now, which means they are going to swing it around. They're going to swing it around. Look, they got these ETFs, all this stuff happening. But yeah, so something with Solana. I don't know. Something's up with Solana. Can feel it. I'm bullish Solana. I thought this was funny. I've been loving the Cracker Barrel stuff floating around. Apparently, Cracker Barrel, they had to revert. They said, oh crap, like people are not liking this. So I don't know if they're actually going forward with the full rebrand of the logo. They might keep the logo the same, but then they're switching around the menu a little bit and they're cleaning it up. You know, they're a little tacky. I don't mind the tackiness for some places. You kind of want it to be like that. Steak and Shake has been, shots firing towards them. Our newly remodeled Steak and Shake leans hard into nostalgia, funded by beef tallow and Bitcoin. So they're really leaning into the Bitcoin and the tradition. And then we got XYO, new listing on Bitpanda. So Bitpanda is a premium leading European crypto exchange. We're incredibly proud and excited for XYO to trade on their platform. And sorry if you hear like growling, like crazy screams in the background. I don't know, my daughter is like wrestling with my cats out there. I don't know what's going on. So if you hear some craziness, that's what that is in the background. The kid will be in school next week. Holy crap. It's taken a little bit, you know. Holy moly. But we've had a fun summer. It's been fun. So yeah, this is good. XYO has been getting listed on a lot of exchanges. And so what we like to do, if you ever want to, you know, get a little breakdown, you can do this on CoinGecko or whatever you want to do. Like we've just used CoinMarketCap for a long time. So it's just kind of like one of those things. You can go to, and we've been actually really liking this website that we found called So Value. We really like it. When we actually downloaded the app on our phone, and they have this really cool section that we're going to use after we go to the next little section here of the live stream, where it breaks down everything you need to know for the day in 10 seconds and gives you 10 article clips. And I'm like, oh, that's great. That's kind of what I do with AI. Like I'll use AI to just be like, give me the breakdown, you know, give me the breakdown of the news. What are the top stories for today? And that usually does pretty good. But let's see what exchanges are pushing the most volume right now for XYO for trading volume. And this is for spot. So this is just for like spot trading. So actually what's crazy is HTX has a massive spot trading volume of $10 million. So this is like high. I've never seen it this high. So whoever's buying up on HTX, I don't know if it's them that are actually buying, like if it's like that's part of their wallets, but holy crap. Digifinex has a lot of volume. MEXC's got a pretty decent volume, and Coinbase is getting up there. You know, it's almost at 1 million, but Coinbase is where a lot of the times I've bought XYO. But yeah, I just there's a lot of bullish exchanges, a lot of exchange listings coming up. And why we pay attention to XYO is because, you know, whenever we had this nice, you know, big pump during the last bull run, it was during altcoin season. And then whenever we had the Trump pump here and any kind of point of the market where people were thinking about buying altcoins again out of the bear market, we want to see some action. You know, we want to see that it at least tested up at, you know, and of course, like you got, if you were here long enough or came into crypto before Trump became president, you probably saw like, whoa, things ran up and then it went right back down. You were like, what just happened? Well, we had a Trump pump and then we had a Trump dump, you know, because we had a lot of uncertainty in the market. We had the geopolitical stuff going left and right, tariffs, all the things, stock market, doom and gloom, crash. And so this is what ultimately pushed a lot of stuff down, and people were calling for everything to be absolutely over. So, but I like charts that look like this because then you can at least see like, okay, I see a trend here that then we could be pushing up. At least like you see a high right here, you see a high testing up right here. And then we've showed this chart on TradingView, just kind of establishing what that would look like in a channel following this channel that it's been doing, be testing up to some of these levels long term. You know, this is how you have to look at things long term. If you're playing the long game in crypto, you know, you will probably win. This is what's crazy is that, like, imagine that you spend 2-3 years trying to time the market and you keep rotating in and out of different things. I wonder if you just didn't do that and you just DCA'd like heavy whenever you saw dips, whenever you saw whatever it was. And I wonder, and if you did this with every coin, you know, that was in your bag and waited until freaking 2026, like, and wait another year, go to the next point where it's going to have this potential and see if you perform better. I don't know. it's hard because you have to make a decision. You can maybe do a combination of both, where you're like, okay, I'm not going to like swatch around and move around too much, but I will take some profits. Like, you'll pay yourself, and you'll still be bullish on your coins, but you're just, you're hedging against your own self and the market, just being like, all right, I must pay myself a little bit and then still hold the bag and to see what can happen. That's what I'm going to do with a lot of these coins, because I can see the potential of just having a little bit more patience. Maybe at the end of the year, if XYO is at 7-8 cents, it tests up back to these all-time highs, I probably would like to pay myself a little bit. It doesn't mean I have to sell my whole bag, but so yeah, combination strategy maybe. Or if you just want to be super, super convicted and just be like, I ain't selling nothing until we're like up here at 15 cents. It could be like that. Because there's some communities out there where they're like, I am not freaking selling until this thing hits this. I'm not touching it. Like Link Marines. They're like, I'm not selling my chain link until this thing at least hits $100. Maybe even then, I don't know if they'll sell, but that's the kind of coin you want to be in. Is like, are the holders that delusional where they'll where they will hold to a specific price? I think some of the Bitcoin whales, they were that delusional. They're like, I'm going to hold this thing until institutions are buying it up, and now I get to sell it to the institutions. That's why the big whales are moving the way that they are. They were rotating and moving around, and now they have given supply to governments and treasuries and all that stuff. And speaking of treasuries, real quick, we'll go through this so value AI summary. So for today, for Friday, we have Japan's Financial Services Agency plans new cryptocurrency and innovation unit. So Japanese Financial Services announced its 2026 budget, which it's organizing, staff planning and stuff like that. So, but what it's going to do is, with establishment with the Asset Management Insurance Support Bureau, the creation of a dedicated department specifically dealing with crypto assets and cashless payments, crypto assets and innovation office, and the funds settlement monitoring office in the crypto asset sector. So the existing crypto assets and innovation advisory office, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's kind of like they're just kind of setting up good infrastructure for crypto financial services in Japan. So yeah, that's bullish. Ethereum Foundation aims to make layer 2s feel like one chain with interoperability framework. So we've mentioned this before. Some people think that the layer 2s is like they're trying to fix Ethereum, and like that's why you want to use a layer 2 because because Ethereum's dead. No, like the Ethereum wants to encourage people to make a layer 2. It just strengthens the use case for Ethereum even more, which would you'd think maybe be counterintuitive, but you'd be like, wouldn't you just want to use Ethereum? So Ethereum Foundation outlined a multi-track roadmap to make Ethereum feel like one chain again, publishing a protocol update that prioritizes faster confirmations, trust, minimize cross-chain interactions, and a new user experience. Privacy tooling on crypto's second largest blockchain. The plan introduced a trio work streams dubbed initialization, acceleration, and finalization. It also shares deliverables, target dates extending into 2026. So, okay. So, yeah. So it means you should be bullish Arbitrum and optimism and, all different layer 2s. Let's see. Anything else? Spot gold rises to $3,420 per ounce. So that's pretty cool. So while Bitcoin's going down, gold is going up a little bit, and Solana is and then the Sol BTC ratio is going up. So we're seeing some interesting rotations happening right now. NFT project Pudgy Penguins announces the launch of Web3 mobile game Pudgy Party. So we haven't played any Pudgy Penguin games. We haven't tested any of those out. We don't know if they're fun or not. Pudgy Party. Let's see. A lot of Pudgy Penguin stuff. Enters the mobile gaming space, Pudgy Party. Anything else? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And we were talking about treasuries and stuff like that. So what's cool, you can go into the markets and you can actually see the companies in the Bitcoin treasuries, and you can see what their current holdings are, where they're located, and the BTC held by public companies, and how that graph is correlating with the value of the BTC holdings with the companies, and also the value of Bitcoin. Pretty substantial. And you can also see the ETFs and the inflows. So you can see right now it's kind of slowed down a little bit. You know, we had a lot more inflows the last 2 months, and you can see little sell off, then some buy, some sell off, little buy. But it looks a lot different though with the Ethereum spot, because you can see there's a lot more inflow in that. Like we showed you, there's a lot more buy pressure. And I think, you know, we could see a potential, you know, another spike going up into possibly, because look, 30 billion, look, it spiked up to 30 billion, and you can kind of see the correlation of the price too, with the blue line. And then you can see total net assets, 29 billion, total net inflow, almost at 30. It's, yeah, really great. This potential, yeah, would get up to those levels. So it's cranking. It's not looking too bad. But yeah, I was just really interested and saying, like, guys, like, pay attention to this, because there could be a massive rotation pretty soon here going into Solana, and this could make a lot of different coins on the Solana ecosystem pump, which could be Zeus, Jupiter, Radium, Orca, Pingu, Ponky, Bonk, you know, just all the kind of blue chip flagship Solana protocols, dexes in the meme coins. Yeah, I think it's hot. It's due. You know, Solana's due to just break out. This thing is in a cup and handle pattern. It's got a little crack. That was the FTX, like, you know, major crash down to $8. I think $900 Solana is no problem. I think it's no problem. It's no problem. Really, is no problem. All right, so Fathead Dave, he had a love letter to all the Sproto Gremlins, and I thought it was very sweet. He said, "Dear precious Sproto Gremlins, every single one of you radiant, chaotic, diamond-handed beings is beating heart of this legendary coin. You are the glue holding together a prophecy that fuses Hogwarts magic, presidential speeches, sonic speed, Inu loyalty, and meme destiny. Without you, Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, Inu is just letters. With you, it's history in the making. When you hodl, you're not just hodling a token. You're hodling the dream of a million meme universes colliding in perfect harmony. Sellers might never understand the depth of this love, but you do. You feel it when the candles go red and you whisper, it's just Sonic charging his spin dash. You know it when the chart wobbles and you hear Harry say, stay strong, my gremlins. You, the Sproto Gremlins, are more than investors. You are wizards of liquidity, guardians of meme magic, protectors of prophecy. Your commitment keeps the spell alive. Your laughter powers the rocket, and your stubborn refusal to sell keeps destiny on track. So here's my vow. As long as there is ticker Bitcoin, I will love every gremlin who holds it. Through dips, rips, and interdimensional meme wars, we will stand together. Not just as holders, but as family." Keep hodling, my beautiful gremlins. The prophecy is unfolding. The moon awaits. Wag me forever with eternal meme love. Fathead Dave. I hope someone clips that. Please, the Sproto community and the Sproto gremlins, can you please take that and clip it and make me into an insane, crazy ticker Bitcoin meme that we can blast through the airwaves. Let's go. Okay, so let's look at real quick because we had, let's go here real quick. We have this ChatGPT chat going on right now, and it's basically an Ethereum ecosystem chat. If it can load. I don't know what's going on. There we go. All right, did it give me a snapshot for today? It should have given me a snapshot. Yes, so this was snapshotted at 11:11. Look at that, okay. So we snapshotted this at 11:11, August 29th. This is the automated market scan for Ethereum. So let's see. Top ecosystem tokens listing ranked by market cap are available. Let's see, through today's specific performance breakdown wasn't retrieved. Okay, so that didn't work. Low cap movers, small Ethereum ecosystem tokens, Crust Shadow, what the heck that is. Wormhole and Cartesi. That's old school. Okay, showed notable volatility and intraday gains. On-chain whale moves, massive accumulation. A whale wallet netted 79,000 ETH over 72 hours. An aggressive strategic buy. Institutional positioning. 5 separate wallets, 3 newly created, each purchased $880 million in ETH, transferring it directly into cold storage. So that's a good sign. They were just like, buy up long term. A clear signal of long-term accumulation. Dormant wallet reactivation. After 4 years of inactivity, one wallet scooped up 6,334 ETH from Kraken, generating bullish sentiment. So that's good. That means they're buying the quote top that people are calling for Ethereum. And it's like, this is how I think, the whales and the institutions are loading up, because they are going to be offering this yield mechanism for the ETFs for ETH. So without them having to quote hold the ETH and do the whole staking thing like DeFi, it's just going to be a mechanism like how you could generate dividends. And they're going to be able to do this with millions of dollars. So it's like not as much risk for them. They can just buy the ETF and have like a $1 million balance of an ETF and be generating this yield. And that's going to be more of why there's going to be long-term accumulation to service these things. And then that's not even taken into account just the ETH ecosystem in general. That's just the ETF narrative and that, pushing it. Then you got to think about the stable coins being minted. That's a whole nother thing. And then you wonder, how does ETH get to 20K? That's how. Over the next couple of years. You just need to not be a freaking gambler trader and have a spot bag and be holding ETH and not being like, like I'm in the Solana trenches, bro. And it's like, just buy some Solana, hold Solana. Buy some ETH, hold some ETH. And then buy the tokens that all of these trenchers and gamblers are using and realize that the token could be potentially a representation of the value in the trading that's happening. It's not guaranteed, it's not guaranteed. Like, we're going to have to see how this plays out, specifically with even the pump token. This is the whole thing with the pump token, with pump.fun. What's going to happen with this token? What's going to happen when they do this airdrop? Are they going to be the representation of how people are trading memes? Because if the pump token doesn't do well and it just crashes and burns and it doesn't recover, then what's the hope for any other launch pad or token or whatever it may be, or just that type of model? We're just gonna have to see. So, because it's playing out right now in real time, just because it hasn't happened yet. So, but yeah, we're seeing some interesting things happen. The active narratives, next 30-day catalyst. We got ETF and institutional inflows strengthening confidence via institutional demand and structural adoption, what we were just talking about. The ETH BTC ratio and dominance, ETH market dominance. ETH BTC ratio has risen 33% over the past month. We've been covering this like crazy, highlighting a capital shift toward DeFi and Ethereum-centric growth. Macro tailwinds and regulatory supports for the next 30 days. Expectations of the federal rate cut, Ethereum's May Pectra upgrade, and passage of the U.S. Genius Act regulatory framework are referencing bullish sentiment. So what the Regulatory Framework Act is actually doing is giving more power to the CFTC of oversight for crypto than it being mainly by the SEC. So it's kind of like that's just one of the things in there. I'm sure there's a lot more to do with it, but that's one of them. I believe so with the Genius Act or the Clarity Act. I can't remember, but it's one of those. Let's see. Sol ETH correlation. So Solana Ethereum maintains a high correlation nearing 0.7, though volatility is higher for Sol. General market exposure, ETH typically exhibits around 0.84 for the BTC and Sol as higher. So that's like what we were talking about with the Sol BTC ratio doing something very similar to what ETH BTC just did. Yeah, so rank top 15 ecosystem opportunities, just ETH. Major accumulation over the past 72 hours, like at these prices. 200K ETH via 5 wallets. I mean, that's like a lot of ETH being bought up. Dormant wallets coming back alive and not selling, they're buying. Like we showed you actually the RSI and the MACD setup, it looked really bullish. Oh yeah, so BitGet is signaling that it's a massive most moving averages MA's bullish buy signal. ETH BTC reflects structural market shift to ETH-led ecosystems. Fed potential, signal for the rate cut in September. This in Sol ETH correlated plays high beta exposure via Solana as the proxy aggression of the altcoin season. Good analysis. Awareness and control critical for low liquidity assets. Risk discipline on slippage. Let's see. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for ETH, but we like that breakdown. And actually, let's go to, is it CoinGo? It's CoinGo Live. CoinGoLive.com. Is it .com? We haven't been on this website in a while, but we love this one because you can go to coingolive.com, you go to all-time high, and then click on because we're in the top 100, and we're going to see what coins have the craziest percentages that are going to go back to its all-time high. Like Jasmy coin, for instance. Like if Jasmy went back to its all-time high from where it's at right now, that is 33,000% move to the upside. So if you guys remember Jasmy coin, I think that's like a Japanese coin. Let's see what else that we recognize in here. Velo, I think I recognize Velo, 16,000% move to the upside. Or an Alluvium was another one that we were like, man, it might be smart to kind of just, scoop up a couple Alluvium because Alluvium went to $1,911. This thing went insane. Like Alluvium and Axie Infinity were one of those gaming token ecosystems that just went parabolic. It went absolutely nuts, bonanzo. And so this would be crazy. It was like the power of DCA and to building a bag of like narrative coins like that and just see what the heck happens. Especially if they're still around and they're building and they do have players. That's a big one. You don't hear much about ICP now. That one kind of bit the dust. It was supposed to be this whole thing, the new internet computer, brand new blockchain type of thing, and it's like, it's been cricket sounds, so who knows about that. What else we have in here? Bone. Shibarium is kind of doing its own thing. It's not really in cahoots with Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu made a big announcement that whatever Shibarium is doing, they are not really like a part of it or a part of the voting or any of the things. But they said, they go ahead and keep doing your thing, but they're not a part of the decision making. So just be aware of that. But yeah, like things like Shiba Swap, Bone, that's 9,000% from its all-time high. Let's see what else we got here. Audius, if you guys remember Audius is supposed to be like the Spotify of crypto. This thing at all-time highs in the previous bull market was at $4.95, now sitting at 6 cents, and I still think this thing could have a chance. I went on it recently and I'm like, there's no reason why this thing couldn't do well. There's just not enough eyes on it, just not enough artists. Scuba Gerbil said, why me worried? No, there's no reason to worry. There's no reason to worry. Why would people be worrying right now? Oh, Bitcoin went down, a little bit. Oh, it's at 108,000. Big deal. What's funny is that we did draw this trend line here. We have a big trend line on Bitstamp, and it made sense. I said, if anything, we're just gonna really possibly test that trend, and we're just gonna go up again. I mean, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? Because you see it, you see it right here. You see that pump right there, 35%, and then it goes down, and then it goes down 20%, and it fakes you out, and then it goes up another 35% from the bottom, 26%. This one went up, about almost 30%. And then it goes down 15, 20%. Look, it's doing it right now. It's down 13. It might go down. It might even go down a little bit more. And you know what? You should not be surprised, and you should not even care. Looks no different than this right here. It's just testing some levels. It's no big deal. And then all you gotta do is just say, okay, cool. That's a great buying opportunity. Cool, we're gonna go up another 35%, 25, 30% max. And look, that lines up perfect with that Fibonacci extension, the 618 there, the 2618, which is $133,000. No reason to be worried. No reason to be worried at all. Scuba Gerbil is saying he hasn't seen Trade Intuition in here. Yeah, Trade Intuition has been on the channel for a little while, and then you have a channel as well. Let's go to the channel, and you got what? I'm not subscribed. What in the Lord? I gotta subscribe. Yeah, so Trade Intuition.
It's going to be a quick Bitcoin update. This is Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame. We can see my thought process. We had a really nice move up.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to Trade Intuition. Oh yeah, we got that. That's kind of how crypto channels are. We kind of just pop around. We like to see who's live streaming, who's doing what. We're all just copying each other, We're all just copying each other. Let's pop in. Like for instance, we got My Crypto Journey here. We got Rodney.
No need to, yeah, exactly, Jay, right. No, 10% is all you really need, especially when things start to rip. I don't want to set up bots while holders are staking. I get that, but volume, when people are looking to buy into something, like they want things with volume, That's the first thing traders look for, and, volume. And obviously you can do people to make videos, stuff like that. But how can one think about managing risk on small caps without overcomplicating it? The thing about small caps is just understand.
All right, who else is we got the Crypto King, got Tyrell streaming. We got BitBoy streaming. BitBoy's back streaming.
It's about to hit 20 million coins, and there's only 21 million ever. So
I'm gonna say, yo, welcome back. BitLab Academy. Nice. Cool. All right. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, so this is going to be a good opportunity, but I feel it's so fascinating that while Bitcoin is doing this, we had that SOL BTC ratio just like testing those levels. Yeah, Scuba Journal, I didn't know if you saw, but yeah, BitBoy is back. He is back. And he is a little bit more calmer. He seems a little more calmer. He's keeping it very crypto focused, and he's just like, in his mind right now, he's probably thinking, this is, crypto is all I got. But we got to remind him that he also has Jesus, so he needs to go back to his roots. Get Jesus back in his life, and then he'll be like, damn. He'll be like, whoa. That was what I was missing. Because that's kind of what I'm realizing just like over and over again is like, man, that's just like, that's kind of what you end up going back to is like, you've in points of where you're struggling or you just like feel lost or you're just like beaten down, you in those moments sometimes forget that you could have asked for Jesus's help, asked for God's help. And we get so caught up in all of our stuff that we don't even just like open up and let go and just be like, God, can you help me? And just like pray. And I realized that during a lot of the times of my being in, my own whatever mental turmoil or whatever over the past, years and of things, whatever the event may be. And just like being like, man, why didn't I just ask for God's help? I realized that I didn't. And when I was like totally ignoring it. And I was like, man. So I don't know if that'll help you guys. Like when if you've been in those points, or even just on a good day, it doesn't even have to be when you're in trouble. It's just like on a good day, you're just like, God, I'd like this day God, I pray that this day goes well, and you give me strength and peace and just all that stuff. And it's crazy how easy like you can fall off that and just like, and it's always there. It's always there. That's what is fascinating about it. It's like it's always there. It's accessible to everyone. So, yeah. So Crow, we were like, this green candle pumping up all the way up to here, touching that range. I mean, I wasn't gonna like expect it to continue to pump. I was like, this thing's probably, that was a major candle. So the fact that even just on the weekly here, I was like that we're probably going to see some sell off. At least even people that were just like small, not even whales, just have like small balances of Crow, were like, I'm unlocking my Crow and I'm selling it. But see, that's the thing. Like my Crow balance was up a lot and I couldn't sell it. I can't unlock it, but all that does is that just forces me to wait until like the real run. Like this is nothing. Like why am I going to think that like this is the quote altcoin run that we're supposed to see? Like I am not selling a damn thing until until I see some rate cuts. I see some aftermath of coming out of October. You know, I want to get out to the end of this year. So I start to see something. Because that would just be crap. So we have to be patient, guys. Like, we have to be patient. And like I've said, DCA like a robot. You guys got to be like a freaking robot. You have to DCA like a robot. It is so important right now. Everything is still so cheap. Everything is so cheap. Ethereum under 5K is cheap. The nature of the technology and the ecosystem of Ethereum and what they're about to and why they're scooping it up. I mean, it makes no sense to not be accumulating the crap out of this stuff right now. Not trading it, really. Like, do less of the trading. Not saying like you, because I still like to test out doing some trades. Like, you know, like especially right now, market's going down. This is the perfect opportunity to be like, well, let's see how low it can go. And then, you know, in a trader's perspective, you can take the trader's perspective even with your spot buying and say, dang, this is like, oh my God, this is like the best buying opportunity you can ever think of. Bitcoin was pumping, going 124,000, and you were just like feeling like you know you're gonna buy the top, and oh my gosh, now you get to buy the dip. Now you get to buy the dip. People are always talking and getting bullish up here, and then when it gets down here, they're like, it's over. It's like, no, this is I look at today and I go, I smile. I smile at this right now. You got to be like Krishna in the million arrows flying at him. I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you know about this story in the Bhagavad Gita where Krishna, basically, I think I'm so sorry if I'm butchering this, but I just remember this off the top of my head. It's like a pretty crazy story. It's like Krishna, basically, you know, has these like thousands of arrows that are just shot, and it's just like a sea of arrows, and he just like smiles at them. At some kind of crazy story like that. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. Just don't quote me on it, but man, I'd actually let's use AI right now and see if I even got close. So explain the story of Krishna and the arrows. The story of Krishna and the arrows likely refers to an episode from the Mahabharata, the ancient Indian epic where Lord Krishna, an incarnation of Vishnu, is involved in an ancient incident involving arrows, often tied to his role in the war or other events since the quarry. And I'll address the most relevant story involving Krishna and arrows, his role. So let's see. Key incident is when Bhishmu, the grandsire of both, I'm not going to try and read these, unleashes a barrage of arrows at Arjuna. Bhishnu, bound by his vow to fight for the is nearly invincible due to his boon to choose the time of his death. So as Bhishmu's arrows rain down, Krishna, in a moment of divine intervention, subtly manipulates the situation. In some versions, he positions the chariot to absorb or deflect the arrows, protecting Arjuna. Another critical moment occurs when Bhishma's arrows are about to strike Arjuna fatally, and Krishna uses his divine power to ensure Arjuna's safety, sometimes by creating an illusion or subtle altering the arrow's trajectory. So okay, I was kind of close. I was kind of close. So this is like, you got to be like Krishna with the arrows. You gotta. But this is great. We're just bouncing on that trend line, baby. We're just bouncing. Boom. We're just Nice little bounce there. Looks eerily similar to this little move right here. So this is what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. I want more volatility. I don't want less volatility. I want more. I want more volatility. Keep it coming. This is great. I'm like, keep it coming. I mean, this is perfect. Like it's going right off that trend line. It's gonna go boom. We're gonna be at like 145, right at that Fibonacci extension before you know it. Remember what happened last time? We all regretted moving around all over the place, and we got a bounce. And everyone on the timeline, or not everyone, but some people were like, all you had to do was nothing. All you had to do was nothing. All you had to do through the Trump dump was just keep buying more and do nothing. Just keep buying and do nothing, and you literally would still have outperformed everyone if you would have just been a delusional crazy person that would have continued to buy into your bags in the destruction in lows. But yeah, this is a great chart right here. If you guys ever want to, I should publish this chart as a representation of us just being halfway through the bull market. People think this was the bull market. This right here, they're like, that was it. They're like, that was the bull market. But obviously we're guessing as well. We're speculating. We're dubious speculating as well. But yeah, altcoins are probably getting smashed right now. Alts are getting smashed. See what it's looking like on the 5-minute. Dora, what the heck? I don't know what that is. Let's see on the week. So on the monthly, in the top 100 top performers, Radium, Pith, the OKX token, they're like scam pumping that thing. The pump token, Solana, Crow, Airdrome Finance, that's the base protocol, Mantle, Arbitrum, that's Qcoin's token, exchange token, ENA, Lido DAO, that's the staking, ETH staking, Meme Core, I don't know what the heck that is. That's what that on the month that was up 56%. ETH up 13%. Polygon up 10%. Aave up 12%. I'm still super bullish. I think I want to pick up some Aave. I'd like to just snatch an Aave and get some more Polygon. I'd like to get some Radium. I'd like to even buy more Crow. I'd like to get a little Arbitrum. I don't know. I'm just like, whatever's happening right here, where we're getting some action right here in the top 10 right here, this is probably the stuff you want to be holding. Not financial advice, but look, Crow's up there. This is 24-hour DEX volume. This is just the DEX volume. They need to get into the stable coins. Then that's a whole nother thing. Yeah, free. Never give up. Never give up. Look, like Crow, Polygon, Sui, Avalanche, Arbitrum, Hyperliquid, Binance Smart Chain, Base, Ethereum, Solana, Tron recently, I saw an article they posted that they are lowering the transaction fees another 60% to solidify themselves as the stablecoin, like, you know, Mac Daddy. They're second to Ethereum, and Solana's trailing up. They have 13 billion in stables. Binance Smart Chain 11 billion. A lot of that Trump, World Liberty Financial, the USD1. They're minting a lot of stables on Binance Smart Chain and ETH. But then you got to think about all the different partnerships that Tron is solidifying in America and being bullish on, you know, the Trump ecosystems. That's probably, I mean, I think that Tron could be a great long-term hold for people in America and just in general, just for the involvement that Justin Sun is, you know, it feels like seems like he's doing it right. He's not being too scammy. He's not being too fishy. He's got his face out there. He's moving around. I think Justin Sun, he might be doing it right. He might be doing it right. While other people are going to jail, he seems to be at the right place at the right time. So I give credit to Justin Sun, you know. Whatever he's doing and his team that is helping him navigate all this stuff, they're doing a pretty good job. Right? I mean, while other people are going to jail and having smear campaigns, Justin Sun is just like, hey, I'm just moving, I'm making deals, making sure Tron is staying relevant. So I dig that. And we'd like to point out too that you know, World Liberty Financial owns a lot of Tron. They probably own way more than this. They probably own way more than 13 million. They probably have some other wallets that they're involved with, but imagine, you know, I've seen this World Liberty Financial wallet grow and go up and down all in kinds of crazy amounts. And it's insane because a lot of it has to do with the stable coins, because USD1, they did not have that much of minted or in this wallet, which is pretty crazy. So I've seen this thing go from like 100 million, under 100 million, and like go from like 200 million down back to 150 million, and now this thing is at 558 million dollars in value. So it's over $500 million. I mean, pretty soon this wallet is going to say like billions of dollars. I mean, this wallet will end up saying like $5 billion easy. That's what they're wanting. So you have to think about this in terms of your own wallet. Say you've built a wallet in a portfolio. I mean, you have to be able to hold through the volatility to see that thing, you know, 20x. Not 10x, but 20x. Like we want to see like 10, we want to see 15, 20x's. That's what we want to see. Alex Becker, diaper, chocolate milk, you know, Lambo in the background, pump. That's what we want to see. But we have to hold through the volatility. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. And if you think it's time to sell silly goose skins, it is definitely not the time. But don't listen to me. You have to make your own judgments. This is just entertainment purposes only. Or for you to get a laugh. I'm here for you to laugh at. Okay. I think we're good. I think we managed to, just by this stream alone, we got the people to search crypto, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Pepe, crypto, altcoins across the world. And I think over the past hour, we helped it trend up. Look, see, just in the past hour, I showed you, because we're live streaming, we had thousands of people get a little bit more interested in crypto. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna have a talk with Restream. They're not updating my viewers properly. I don't know why it's doing that. We have 42 people watching on X. Okay, let's go. See, what's interesting about all of this data stuff, and there's like people that will talk about all the data and the macro, or the, you know, this economic data, blah 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 blah. You know what? At the end of the day, none of that matters. Do you know what matters? DCAing like a robot. Do you know what matters? Accumulating assets. I don't care what you got to do. You need to be downloading wallets. You need to have you need to have a couple thousand Bitcoin here. You need to have a couple thousand Bitcoin here. You need to have some altcoins there. You got to have some here. You need to have all this stuff set up. You need to be ready to go. Don't focus on what the freaking Fed says about the CCPI and the PPI and the PPPPI, FIBLI, stink eye. Who cares? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All you need to know is that they print the money. They print the money, and and they print it to infinity, and they print it until your Coca-Cola and your Big Mac cost $20. Okay? Because that's very close now. You can't get a Big Mac for less than $10 now. It's pretty much $10. Big Mac used to be like $3 not that long ago. So what do? You need to invest and be making over 30% every single year or more to protect your wealth. How do you do that? You need to invest, and you need to be in crypto. You need to have diversification, obviously, in your 401k and your stocks and stuff like that. But where the money is going right now, obviously, is on chain, and you are being fooled out of thinking otherwise because of the data and the numbers and the CCPPI and the whatever. All you need to know is that the money can't go anywhere else. That is just the facts. So don't get so distracted by all the freaking jargon of numbers. And you know, we could be breaking down all the TA or you know, all that stuff too. But at the end of the day, all you gotta do is just look at the chart. All you gotta do is look total cryptocurrency market cap chart. Total cryptocurrency market cap chart here will show you what is happening here. And you just need to compare it to one of the best performing, reserve assets to preserve wealth, and was gold. Look at this freaking chart from the 2000s going up. It's all you have to do is look at crypto in terms of a 10, 15, 20 year prospect, and you're thinking about it in terms of the next couple months. You're not going to make it. I want you to make it. I want us to make it. I don't want us to keep getting fooled by all this crap. Because at the end of the day, if we would have just DCA'd our butts off the entire time and said, I don't care what the freaking price is right now. I don't care what the price of AVAX is or ETH. I'm just going to freaking buy it the entire way up and down, because this is the future of money. And people are always asking, well, how do I sell? Or what will I do if I have tax implications if I sell? Well, guess what? If you have enough crypto and you have it set up in the right way, you don't have to sell it. You just use it. There's a way that you can literally just, crypto.com. You can top up your freaking crypto.com card with Pepe. And you're asking me a question of what tax implications you have. I don't care. We're in a new money now. You don't need to ask permission. It's permissionless. Do what you want. Gain the assets. They've been trying to tell you this whole time, well, you can't do that. The hell I can. Hit the like button if you know what I'm talking about. Put a 1 in the chat. Put some emojis in the chat. I know I'm not speaking crazy talk here. You guys have got to focus. And I'm talking to myself. We have to focus. Because these are the points where people are going to just distract the crap out of you. Not give you the actual reality of the situation here. But all right, my friends. I think that's it for today. Before we go, we'll check, make sure there's no other breaking news, anything like that. I think we're good. There's no crazy breaking news. We're gonna head to the UPS store. And we're gonna send Ranchin his gifts. We got a care package to send. So we're gonna see how much it costs to send it. It's funny because we wanted to send someone want a giveaway, but I realized I was like, oh man, you're in the UK. And it was like $70 to send a bag of coffee. And I was like, oh, I was like, lordy. Across the pond, man, this is a little tricky. Just a little tricky. But we're happy to send you this stuff and hope you enjoy it. But thank you again for participating. And guys, if you didn't get a chance to participate and you wanted to, maybe you still can, and I don't know. Maybe I'll just and you just post your user ID, and I can make some things happen. You know, I can contact some people and send them your user ID, and you'll get airdrop something. You know, let's just say that. So if you want to still participate in some kind of way, then you can do it that way. All right. Well, my friends, thank you very much for coming in and hanging out with me today and shooting the breeze, talking about crypto and just keeping calm. You know, during these times, it's good to have a live stream to come to where I'm not doom glooming, I'm not doom scrolling. I'm just giving you a good macro outlook to believe more in crypto, because these are the times where your faith is tested, you know, in something. You know, when things get bad, and this is with anything. I mean, like a relationships, a job, marriage, whatever it is. Like when things get hard and things get tough, are you going to be a pansy and just and cop out and not try? Or are you just going to give up? Like, what are you going to do? No, you care about it. You love it enough, and you appreciate it enough, and you have done enough due diligence and research and time into this, whatever this thing may be, whether it is your relationship in this or a job or a business or whatever it is. And you are going to invest in it. You're going to invest your time. You're going to believe in it. And so this is the same thing when it comes to this right now. You know, you're going to be convinced all through this journey that you're crazy. You're going to get laughed at. You're gonna look like, that's the crazy crypto guy. Dan over there with the crypto. Oh, how's your crypto doing? And it's almost kind of like funny. I can't tell you the looks I got at the table when I told people at my job that I was working, that was out of my full-time job, and I told them, and they knew that I was like stepping away, and they were like, oh, what are you gonna do? And I was like, I'm recording. I have a crypto channel. I'm going full-time crypto. I'm gonna invest in crypto, learn and get partnerships, learn the business. And they were like, they were holding back laughing, like straight up. Like I could see it in their face. They wanted to be like. I could have taken that and been like, oh my gosh, I'm a complete, oh no, what did I just do? You know? And I've had my moments. Laying down in the garage studio floor in the fetal position, being like, what am I doing? What am I doing? But I don't care what it is. You have to like scrape yourself off the floor, and keep going. Don't quit. You've come too far. That's what I kept telling myself. You've come too far now. You've seen too much. You can't turn back now. And that's where we're at, my friends. Again, it's Dano Crypto live stream Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And may God bless you and your families. May the light of the Lord Jesus Christ shine on you and your families and your loved ones and your friends. And you go into this weekend feeling strong, cool, calm, collected, and ready to dominate. Have a good rest of the day.